Hello, Jen. First off, yay, you got a car. I'd like to see a picture of it. If you can include that in your next video or some video after that. Or once you get it, if you'd like to video it so that you can show me. If you want to visit, we could always meet halfway so you don't have to drive the full way here and the full way back. Or I was wondering if you wanted to come to Bolivar early before school and stay at my house for a while before school starts, because I think that would be lots of fun. You are more than welcome to do that. My trundle is ready. Not literally, but figuratively, it's ready. I liked what you were saying about the honor that a person gets from killing people in battle in Braveheart. I definitely think that was the case. When we were in Ireland, actually, we went to this museum in Dublin called Dublinia, and it had to do with the Vikings that used to live there. And during one part of it, they had weapons that you could pick up to see how heavy they were. They were blunt, so it was pretty safe. There was still a guy there making sure that everyone was doing with them what they should be doing, but he was talking about the swords in a family and how that was the most expensive weapon to have, but also the most long-lasting. And once a person killed someone else with that sword, it was almost thought to be infused with special powers. So the more people the sword had killed, the stronger the sword was supposed to be. And the sword would stay in the family for as long as the line lasted, and then once the last male from that line died, the sword was buried with them, because it was so much a part of their family history and legacy that it just had to stay with that family. And I thought that was really interesting when I heard about that, but also really sad. I guess it's just the time that we live in that killing people is not something that is honorable, but back then I guess it was. If you won a duel or won a battle, you almost wanted it emblazoned on your chest so you could show everyone what you did. I don't know. Guys, what can you do? That is too bad that your air conditioning went out at Dairy Queen. I'm surprised that your ice cream didn't melt. We've been having some air conditioning problems here too. In my mom's car it went out a couple of days and we had to get that fixed, but we've had a cool front come in. And while I was thinking this earlier, I was wondering why we call it a cool front and a heat wave, and it's never the other way around. That just sounds really weird. A cool wave and a heat front. I don't know. But to answer your question about the best and worst superpower, if you had to be blind when you were invisible, I'd say that would be one of the worst, because that would totally defeat the purpose of being invisible and being able to see what people or things do without your being there in a way, without them seeing you, I guess. Do you think that when you're invisible they can still hear you? Or do you think that your sound is muffled as well? Because I'd like to think that your sound would be muffled, and yet that's not how it is in Harry Potter. And I guess that doesn't really make sense. If you're invisible, you just can't be seen, but you can still be heard. I would just really, really like to fly. I've always wanted to fly. When I was little and we would be driving in the car, I would pretend that I was flying outside of the car and like put my arms out, maybe on one side of me so I didn't smack a sibling on the other side, but just pretend like I was flying, and I would like to swoop over the power lines and in between things and trees and such. That was always fun for me to imagine, and I'd still like to fly. Probably the worst superpower to have would be reading minds. I don't know why people would want to do that, because it would just be dangerous, and there are just some things that you shouldn't know. shouldn't know about a person. Yeah, that just doesn't seem like a very good idea or a good superpower. Someone could use that to be really terrible to people. Not that you would have to, but you would also feel burdened with the knowledge of what everyone was thinking, and that would just be overwhelming. I could see that driving me crazy, and I would just shut myself in a hole and never see daylight again. So yeah, I would say that would be the worst superpower. I've been let off of work a couple of times this week because they don't have anything for me to do. Before they let me off, I've been doing a lot of shredding, but they ran out of filing for me to do no, it was Wednesday, because I had an orthodontist appointment on the same day. But on Wednesday, they said I should get my braces off they said after a month they should give me an estimate as to when I'll get my braces off. Okay. But anyway, on Wednesday, Tanner and I took 38 file boxes from my dad's office to one of the silos on our acreage, which I don't think I've shown you that yet, but it's just a grain silo with an opening in the side with slats going up to the top so you could climb up if need be. We threw all the file boxes into the silo, grabbed some gasoline and some matches. These were all files that they did not want anymore, but they didn't want to spend the time and the effort to shred it all. And also that would just make, I don't know how many bags of shredded paper that would make. That would make a ton. But took them to the silo, threw them in, poured, kind of sprinkled gasoline all over the papers. The papers covered the entirety of the silo floor, and they were pretty thick. And then lit a match. It took a little while to get the match to light because it was pretty windy, but lit a match, lit a ball of papers, threw that ball in. It caught fire. The flames got really high. It was kind of scary for a little while. I'd say they were about 8 or 9 feet high. And also the wind in the silo made a tornado effect with the hot air and the cool air swooping down into the silo, and it mixed. So there were whole pieces of paper burning, flying around the silo. Thankfully, the momentum was enough that it didn't shoot out of that opening in the side. It stayed inside, but flames were so high. It reminded me of, remember God led the people out of Egypt and they had the pillar of fire in front of them at night? I think it would have looked a lot like the inside of that silo. Then it quieted down and it was okay. And I checked on it yesterday. It was still smoking a little bit, which was amazing. I poked at it, which I probably shouldn't have. I actually climbed inside the silo and poked at it, and it was still warm underneath, so I got back out really quickly. But yeah, that's been my life. The Gooches leave on their family vacation today, later today, so they'll be gone for 10 days. Yeah. School is coming up. I'm super duper excited. I am ready for school to start. I'm ready for... which class are you most excited about? I would say I'm most excited either for American Lit, because it's such a small class and we have it together, or biology. I don't know why, I just love biology, but I guess that's it for now. Zoe's staring at me. I'll let her say hello. Oh, there she is. Hi, Zoe. And my family is not here right now. I am here by myself, or I would have them say hello. Probably I will try to do that soon. I've been putting this video off because I've been wanting them to say hello, but I will get them on video soon. Until next time, bye.